Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at MisplayTV's Token Druid. This list of course comes to us from MisplayTV, who put this list up over on Twitter. I was really intrigued by it because Token Druid is something I've been experimenting with a little bit in the background. Experimenting with the tree ants as well, experimenting with some of the token themes, some of the spell themes, and I was really interested in it. I thought there was definitely something there. I think Misplay has got a really nice list here. I think that it capitalizes on a lot of the really powerful cards, capitalizes a lot on a lot of the go wide themes, as well as buffing the whole team. And it even has some ways to get out of some tricky situations with cards like Soul of the Forest, in case you're versing quite a lot of the bomb warriors online. Of course, a lot of those decks packing 2 Brawls, 2 Warpaths, and a whole slew of Dynamatics and these types of things, which can make life really tough for a minion-focused deck like this one. But I think Soul of the Forest is an excellent way to protect yourself from that, and then probably kill your opponent when they try to clear your board. Outside of that, so like I said, the general theme is to go wide. We've got a lot of ways to summon multiple minions. We've got Acorn Bearer, which is brand new 1-drop. 1-drop 2/1 gives us 2 1/1 squirrels into our hand that we can deploy onto the board. We've got Dreamway Guardians, which gives us 2 minions. Evil Cable Rat kind of gives us 2 minions. We've got Landscaping, gives us 2 minions. We've got Mark of the Lower, gives us 2 minions. Interesting that there's no like micro tech controls or anything like that in here, but I believe that's because Misplay is trying to take advantage of Crystal Song Portal, which is, I think, not a card that was tremendously on my radar coming into the set. It's a 2-mana spell, discover a Druid minion. If your hand has no minions, keep all 3. So this is kind of similar to Master's Call in Hunter. But, of course, our hand has to have no minions. So, whilst there are some cards that I would expect to see in a deck like this, like possibly more 1-drops, Argent Squire, that kind of thing, some of the more go-wide cards like Microtech Controller or Explodomatic? Explodotron? The 4-mana one that gives you 2 bombs. Explode Man. I'd expect to see those cards usually in a Token Druid, but because of the requirement of having no minions, I imagine that's why we don't see those. Outside of that, some cute interactions. We've got Keeper Steladris in here, which is a card I have been playing with and I really like. I think it works great with Power of the Wild, great with Wrath, and of course we've got Mark of the Lower in here, which is very good. We've also got Archmage Vargoth, which, because we have so many spells that are summoning minions, if he does stick around in play, we can get an overwhelming advantage. I think that's really good. As far as the things that I'm dubious on, I mean, obviously the Crystal Song Portal, I'm really keen to see how good a quality the minions we usually can discover, like what's the average case scenario for us, how well does it let us grind, because I think that's the kind of point of the card. And the only other thing I'm dubious on is these Forest Aids. Whilst the card is tremendous, it actually is such a back-breaking card. This is also an 8-mana spell in a deck where, 90% of the cards in the deck cost 2, 3, or 4. So we'll have to see what the opportunity cost of that is on some of our more aggressive draws. So without further ado, obviously, hoping we get some wins today, but more important than wins is us learning just how good Token Druid is, learning how good some of the new Druid cards are, and yeah, let's go. Okay, we're here with MisplayTV's Token Druid. Of course, big shout out to MisplayTV. Definitely go check them out on YouTube, on Twitch, of course. I do like to poke around their content every so often. Always producing some really nice stuff. Alright, so we have got a bit of a mulligan guide here. Of course, Acorn Bearer is actually our best, highest win rate card in the mulligan, followed by Whispering Woods, Dreamway Guardians, Keeper Steladris, Power of the Wild, Landscaping. So I think we'll send back a Landscaping. We'll keep this 1, 2, 3 curve. Evil Cable Rat's actually pretty high up there as far as the win rate goes. And we got our Steladris. So we might be able to hold on to this for a bit longer, deploy it later.
This be our neck of the woods.
I think I was going to say that the lack of 1-drops in this deck is kind of concerning. Usually when you're playing an aggressive deck, especially a tokeny, kind of deck, you want 1-drops to give you a bit more granularity. To make sure that we are always using our mana, always deploying a good number of threats. But I think that might be one of the reasons that Acorn Bearer has such a high win rate, is because it allows you to have that granularity. Same with this Evil Cable Rat. Let's see if we can pick up the Rush Lackey. This one's just as good. I think that's what we were talking about a lot in the in our set review with the lackeys, is that they just, so many of them are fantastic. Like, we could have hit this one, we could have hit the Rush one, would be good. The Transform one wouldn't have been great. We could transform the Cable Rat though. Okay. Unfortunately, our Crystal Song portal is not online. We have all these squirrels in our hand. We could go for Steladris Wrath. Trade in 3 minions. Gives us some more resources. We could go for a swipe. I like the Steladris Wrath.
Free your mind from its bonds.
Do we point out... Point out one of these squirrels. Yeah, I think we will. Let's... Hopefully it just makes our opponent freak out a bit. Maybe we shouldn't have, because of... If this is a more controlling deck, they'll play a Blast Wave. The Lackey meta. Yeah. Welcome to the Lackey meta. Turns out that 1-drops with overtuned battle cries are OP. Well, you have to put some work into it, and I will say that obviously some classes have better access to lackeys than others. But I do think that the classes that have access to lackeys will probably be the better aggressive decks. Rip Abusive Sergeant. I mean, hey, I've been playing that Carpet Warlock a bunch, and that has Abusive Sergeant in it, and it's one of the best cards in the deck. Kind of scared of getting blizzarded. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. We're really not making a lot of progress on this mage though. It's definitely going to be a game where
I see a vision.
We'll need Forest Aid to kind of pull us out. I just think it's funny they nerfed Abusive Sergeant way back when and then created a whole cycle of them. Yeah, I do think it is interesting. Ooh, Vargoth. Oh, we can silence that. It's pretty tight. Doing it with a Wrath. Yeah, let's do that.
I must safeguard you.
Got one.
Unfortunately, Vargoth with all these targeted spells are not great.
Or alive.
Oh. Do we just get the Munchman down? Jonathan Munchman? Huh.
waits for no one.
Got one. Got one.
Feel nature's
Not feeling great about this. Not feeling great. Might go for Vargoth and a couple of these spells next time. Ooh. Did they discover that? Nice. That's pretty good heads up play. Skogsgoose.
free of that blasted tower. Feel nature's wrath. Behold!
Garbage. Oh, the sick combo. At least that's not a trade. Alright, we got some boys out. We got some buffs we can give.
Spirit of the flame, turn them to ash.
What? So they discovered the spirit off of Junalai, and discovered They discovered the spirit off the first Raven and the Junalai off the second Raven. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 8 is the good stuff.
This be our neck of the woods.
Admittedly, we did get this scenarios off of our portal, so GG's. That was an interesting one. It's very interesting to see how this deck, which actually has a surprising lack of draw, really manages to keep up on resources. I think that's part of because it being so thick with those kind of 3 and 4 drop spells and minions, which is really good. So GG's, well played, and we beat what I assume is some kind of controlling mage list, which is a good sign. GG. Okay, up against the Hunter, back with the Token Druid. Send everything back, try and find our Acorn Bearer. Ooh, alright. Well, one of the things we mentioned in the intro was that these Forest Aids do come with a bit of an opportunity cost, and that opportunity cost is that right now we're probably not going to be able to kill our opponent anytime soon.
What shall we hunt?
That I don't think, like, we're going to have to get a lot of reasonable draws off the top, like the perfect cards, in order to, remotely kill our opponent. However, in the late game, we will probably get there.
To my side.
Yeah, wow. Leon. Alright, okay. Ugh. Definitely gonna unleash the Hounds, which is gonna suck, but let's just put some damage on this guy.
Job's done.
Just order it properly so that we get the lifesteal off. If we can do this into this, we're golden. But what will likely happen is we'll do this, they'll unleash the Hounds, and we'll cry. They could even just unleash the hounds and go face. I would be pretty tempted to do that. That's 10 damage. No, I don't want to trade. I think I would have gone for the 10 damage there. I really would. Alright, maybe we can combine these two next turn. Especially if we've got some stuff on board. Then you can... It looks so bad, then you connect to the watcher. I don't know what spell this. Yeah. Those watchers. What was this? Oh, yeah. This is pretty dangerous. So I'm probably going to lose a couple of these here. Hopefully our opponent just goes for like Savannah Highman or something. Kills 2, next turn we can like Hero Power, Soul the Forest, kill this. Can even do this?
This be our neck of the woods.
This is a pretty sick selection of minions we got given, so it's definitely 1 point in the camp of Crystal Song Portal. And our opponent is choosing to go for it. Hote. What's our best route to not dying?
Power takes many forms.
What's the best way to order this? I guess we have to go for Power of the Wild first.
Nuts to you!
I'm waiting for no one.
Where my trees at?
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that we... I just wanted to make sure if it was possible for us to get a Treant out, play the Dendrologist, and then go for the Power of the Wild, but I think this has worked out a bit better. Also, this Ferocious Howl should be pretty good. Okay. Okay, Witch's Cauldron in Hunter. I can get behind that. See if our opponent's got the Unleash the Hounds for the super spell draw. Yeah, let's just make sure that we don't die.
Free your mind.
I don't want to get a hero power in here, but guess beggars can't be choosers. We're at 20, and our opponent doesn't have a board. We should feel fine. We've got both of our Forest Aid. Though I will say, if we manage to win this without casting a Forest Aid, it certainly does, I don't know, put a bit of a dampener on this card. At least in this deck. I think we can use a Savage Roar just to crack through here.
Find your balance. For the wild.
This be our next rewards.
Job done.
Opponent's overloaded as well, which reduces the potential of any, like, Unleash the Hounds kind of shenanigans. We could die to a, like, Animal Companion Unleash the Hounds. Maybe? Nah, they'd need a Timberwolf as well. So they'd specifically need Timberwolf, Unleash the Hounds. We do have 10 damage in play, friend. If they kill the treant that doesn't have Soul Forest. Okay, so we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool.
I can't do that.
Nice. Yeah, not sure how I feel about these Forest Aids. Admittedly, we could have got some slightly worse draws, and those Forest Aids would have been really, really useful. Also, admittedly, we're up against a Hunter. It's not a deck that typically has too many board clears, where the twin spell nature aspect of the card will be better. I think that's was an excellent game to show off the opportunity cost that comes with adding these big finishing spells to realistically any deck. You know, not every deck needs to have a Malagos or an Alexstrasza or a Ysera or a Lich King in the old meta. Not every deck needs to have a late game, but I still think Forest Aid is good. And Crystal Song Portal is mint. GG's.
God.
Misplays Token Druid here.
I must protect the wild.
Keep this Power of the Wild. Send the rest back. Up against a Shaman. No Acorn Berry here. The Acorn Bearer of bad news. Do we try and get out in front of our opponent? I think we do.
What shall we hunt?
Let's try and go under a bit. Especially with this kind of hand texture. I kind of like the idea of getting these out. We have the option of buffing or getting the Panther down. Then the next turn we also have the option of going wider or buffing things up again.
The end is coming.
Alright, never mind. Ugh. Yucky. I know a lot of these control shamans don't play Doomsayer, or they play one Doomsayer if this is the same list that we were on the other day.
For the wild.
So already off to a terrible start. I think a start like this could definitely be the total downfall of our strategy, where we were really just trying to put our opponent on the back foot as early as possible. Get our Trents out. Pretty happy to go for the Acorn Bearer and the Blessing this turn.
This the hour
The first half of our Blessing. This means that it's risky if our opponent wants to Lightning Storm. They're going for the totem here. It's really bad if they whiff. Alright. Flipping some coins. Ooh. Tasty, tasty. And let's just put our foot down with the Soul of the Forest. We also have this Forest Aid, so especially... Oh, Hex! Yikes. What is the story here? How much do we... It's really just about how much do we want to commit.
What to do?
Maybe we just want to commit, like...
For the wild. Job's done.
We can go for Whispering Woods into Power of the Wild next time. How many games have you won with it? We're currently 2-0. 2-0 with the Token Druid. There's the Haggadah. Still got some Trents around. We'll go for the Whispering Woods, Power of the Wild. Our opponent has a Storm or a Scheme. We've got the Forest Aid. Best thing they could have is probably the Fountain. Gain 8, go to 15, kill 2 of our things. Never mind, that's the best thing they could have.
Foul the lake and curse this land.
But let's let this Forest Aid rip. Yep. Okay. So they're a Scheme and a Storm down. Now do they have the Fountain? Yeah. This card's great. Ooh, fuck, lightning. Nice. He might be able to push through with the with both of the Forest Aids, but
Unity. Precision.
our opponent's going to do their best to stop us. How much they wanted that cleared. So I'm casting the other one, even though it lets us, our opponent, know that we have 2 more in our hand, rather than maybe thinking that we don't have any. It means that if we draw Whispering Woods, it'll be a bit better. Bomb Warrior going first, 1 life, turn 6. Maybe I gotta play that spell power rig.
I wonder. Time waits for no one. For the wild.
Maybe we should have traded this Tran in, actually. If they have the Lightning Storm, we'd rather have done some damage to something. Yeah. Don't fear Murlocs, but I despise frogs. Well, there's some more frogs. It's another Lightning Storm. They can't cast it.
For the wild.
If they have the other walking fountain, I think we are destined to get dunked into this fountain. Hopefully don't draw Crystal Song Portal. So I would like to pair this Steladris up. Seems like a matchup where we might actually need the extra value of you know, some Wraths or Power of the Wild. Particularly Mark of the Law. We haven't seen Mark of the Law yet.
A path dimly lit.
Vargoth could also be an excellent draw. Okay. Damn it.
Free your mind from its bonds.
Can we? I don't think we can. Losing the Steladris is really unfortunate. I guess technically we can if we get a couple of hits off with the 2 cost, the one that summons 2/1/2 lifelinkers.
A new Belore Devil.
Sunregal War Mage. Oh. Huh. I've been wanting to try the War Mage with, actually in Druid with some of the Treant cards, like, the Forest Aid and, the 5-cost summon. The 5-cost summon 3 2/2s. Power of the Wild. Probably is seems pretty desperate to close this game out.
What shall we hunt?
They still have another Hagathis scheme.
Perplexing.
My jaws that bite, my claws that
Oh, yuck. Yuck. Melvicino. See, no. Aloha, Tommy Wave and friends. Token Druid. Yes, we're playing some of MisplayTV's Token Druid. Surprising how deep we've gotten into this match. To be real.
Free of that blasted tower!
The rage. It claims me.
I think I'm still a bit dead. Definitely a big struggle time in this match. I had the turn two Doomsayer for our coin. We coined out a 2-drop. Met our fate at the Doomsayer. Look, I think we've still got one Crystal Song Portal, right? I think as long as we've got that, I think as long as we've got the Crystal Song Portal, we may as well stay in the game.
for the wild.
Also, not every single one of these shamans runs the Archivist, the one that shuffles 10 cards into your deck. Most do. Oh, our opponent has lethal. Armor up.
For the wild.
I think they've got us here.
Welcome to my domain.
They're threatening us here. Are they BMing us?
Double pump Azarano extra speed.
Oh.
High mountain ice room for mana spice coming right up.
I've never heard that battle cry. Thank our opponent for
Well played.
thank our opponent for showing that off. Assuming this card is a bit of a win more card.
I concede.
Very interesting. I guess it's with Shuttlewalk, you might be able to get a bit more value out of it. Interesting. Interesting. Regardless, let's take a look at the deck. Honestly, next to the Carpet Warlock, this has been my favorite deck of the expansion so far. I think there's a lot to like about it. There's a lot to like about the end game impact of Forest Aid. There's a lot to like about. I think Crystal Song Portal was actually tremendous. We have some, some options that a lot of options in that mid game. Acorn Bearer, of course, gives us a lot of granularity, things like that. I'd like to experiment maybe a bit more with having maybe a bit of a more minion focused thing. Maybe cut down on the Crystal Song portals, or maybe just swap some of the existing minions around just to try some things out. Particularly, I think maybe like a Knife Juggler or something could actually be pretty sick in this as a minion that your opponent probably has to answer. Combos well, 6 mana with Whispering Woods, 5 mana you can throw it down with a Landscaping or something like that. Even just with the Cable Rat and the Dreamway Guardians. I think Knife Juggler might be an interesting one to get in here. Also, Mark of the Lower, I really want to play more with this deck just to get a better idea of how good this card is, because we really only saw it in that last game when we were already dead, and I want to get this off with Keeper Steladris. That makes me pretty thirsty. Either way, big shout out to MisplayTV, of course, for the deck. Definitely go check them out on YouTube, making some fantastic content. And you can find all of the links down in the description as well, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article. So you can jump over there and give Misplay a +1. You can leave a lovely, thoughtful comment there, like I know you will. And you can find all my details down below as well. Regardless, please stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, and Misplay TV. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.